Good morning. It is Thursday. These weekly vlogs are starting earlier and earlier and earlier. By end of year, we'll be starting the vlog the week before it goes out. Hang on, we do start the vlog a week before it goes out. We start the vlog a week after it goes out. That'll be the skill. No. So we were Saturday, then we were Friday the last couple, and now we're Thursday. But there's a reason. It's because I booked today off work for the Easter weekend, giving us 5 days off together. Genuinely really needed it, to be honest. However, slight caveat is that Gemma's going for her what is she having? Root canal. Like the second part of her root canal is being done this morning, so she's going to be a bit numb and probably not going to be in the vlog much today while she recovers from that, and hopefully, yeah, she'll be feeling a bit better and not as swollen, because she was really bad at one point, but since she had the first part done, it's been loads better. Just looking out there now, there is not a cloud in the sky. It looks gloriously sunny. My lawn is probably still a little bit wet to mow, but at some point this weekend I do want to get that done. And I do have a small battery operated saw coming to start chopping up bits of that wood up in the back of the garden tomorrow as well, so we can at least start making some more progress on the garden and maybe get some of that wood burnt as well. Earlier in the week I realised that the wood was starting to get wet again, some of the stuff that I wanted to burn, so I used that picnic table to cover it over to hopefully keep it a bit drier. I don't want it wet when I'm burning it because it'll just cause loads of smoke. So I've just watched back our last week's vlog, and that's ready to go live. Just get myself a drink as well. While Gemma's in the dentist, I've been around the house trying to keep busy doing stuff like hoovering rugs and stuff. You know, just trying to do stuff so that Gemma doesn't have to then worry about us doing over the course of the weekend. I've not had any update from MPB yet on my camera from last week, the cameras that I sold, so they've now had them a couple of days. Fingers crossed we'll find out sooner rather than later, and hopefully have you an answer for it this weekend. Yeah, so there's not really much to update, to be honest, because, I mean, if you think about it, I ended the vlog on Tuesday, it's now Thursday, so there's not really much happened since then. I didn't mention last week as well, though, when we met our friends Carl and Lynn, they bought us both presents. They said, we're the weirdos who buy your presents now or something, but they bought me a cocktail Bible, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? Carl and Lynn are actually people we met through doing the vlogging. We met them at a beer festival in town, the first one we went to at Black Lodge. So we often meet up for drinks and a catch up, and we always talk about what cocktails we've been trying, so now I can make some of my own. I was thinking of maybe trying a rum old fashioned at some point, actually, because we've got lots of rum in, and since I tried the one in town, it'd be nice to try one as well. And the only trouble is that our rum is pineapple rum, so I might have to get myself a small bottle of a nicer rum to make for an old fashioned. Pineapple rum old fashioned, maybe that would work, I don't know. Anyway, enough about booze. It's 10:26 on a Thursday morning. It's a little bit too early drinking. Another 34 minutes or so. Today we're going to pick Gemma up when she's ready, and if she's okay and comfortable, we're going to go over to Taylor's Farm shop, maybe do a bit of shopping. As I said, she might not appear on the vlogs very much though, while she's still all numb and can't drink a cup of tea without spilling it everywhere. Not that she drinks tea anyway. But I will keep you up to date with what we're up to. We just want to pick up our Easter supplies and stuff. We've got some bits in, but we kind of thought it'd be nice to get a chance while I've got the day off to go over to Taylor's and maybe get some nice, like a lamb roast or something, because we normally do have a lamb on Easter Sunday. So we'll maybe do that and maybe get some stuff for a nice mixed grill and stuff like that. That would be good. Other than that, I don't think we've got anything really, like decently planned for the weekend other than just sort of relaxing, catching up, having a bit of tidy around the house. Everywhere's going to be busy. The zoo's going to be heaving. Places like like the beach and stuff are going to be busy if it's sunny. So we'll just probably have a nice chill one, which I think is pretty much what we've done the past few years. I remember we seem to have always done an Easter weekend vlog, and even when we weren't regularly occasional vlogging, I did like an Easter weekend vlog and blew up a lawnmower, I think. So it's just going to be a relaxed one, just like that. No visits to town. We've had enough of it. We've had our fill of drinks for a little bit in town. I'm sure we'll probably have a couple of beers at home. But yeah, it's just going to be a nice time and a nice chill one to have a bit of a relax and a bit of a de-stress, I think. Anyway, we'll crack on with the day. As you can hear probably behind me if you've got your volume turned up. There's a noisy one just turned up, so let's check on her. Hello. You alright, Missy? You always walk out of shot when I start filming you, don't you? Eh? Maybe I should use this camera angle. Come on. See everyone. You alright? She's a little softie. She likes, normally of a day like this, she would be sat in this lounge with one of those toy springs that she likes to play with, screaming, so that I come downstairs and play with her, or try to get me come downstairs and play with her. This scratch on my hand, by the way, isn't her because I was doing belly rubs, because she loves having a belly rub and she never scratches. There's a story behind the scratch on my hand, I'll tell you in a minute. Look at this, she's a big softie. Yes, the person who did the scratches, the cat who did the scratches is Reginald. Because Reginald is a smelly boy with a smelly bottom. So I decided to get some pet wipes to wipe his bum, and he didn't like that and scratched me. The rabbit kicked my hand like 3 times and scratched me. It was my own fault. I sneaked up behind him. But he wasn't sure what I was doing, and I just went in and started wiping his bum, and he wasn't happy about it. And of course, the minute I'd done that, he immediately started washing himself. So I've learned that what we do is, we maybe get him used to the fact that he needs himself cleaning, because he is a smelly boy. And then we try to clean him with a cloth, and then he'll wash himself anyway, and hopefully not be as smelly a boy. I've never had a cat with a smelly bum like that. Dirty little lad. Anyway, he's off upstairs with his brother, probably curled up on the bed somewhere, and she's down here. Generally, if we're like knocking around the house like this, she likes to hang around with us more than the other cats, although the last few days she has been curling up asleep with them all on the couch. But she's a people cat. It's as in, she wants attention until you want to give her attention, and then she doesn't want attention anymore. She's a typical cat. Anyway, I'm going to relax for a little bit, maybe do a few more bits around the house, and we'll probably pick up in a bit when we are off and out and about and Gemma's all done with the dentist. I mean, no sooner had I finished recording than I got a message from Gemma saying she's done. I was expecting it to be like 90 minutes or something, and looks like she's been done in 45. Anyway, I'll go and pick her up and we'll catch up in a bit. Well, Taylor's is busy today. Should be Easter rush. We thought we might get away with it on a Thursday. Trying our best to hit my mum's record spend. Didn't even get close. We spent 81, which is still quite a lot. And now we're doing a B&M shop, and we've just been booted. We bought another plant for the garden.
Pink fountain.
Pink fountain, yeah. We're back.
We're back.
Having sandwiches. Big salad.
Tiger bombs.
It's good, isn't it? We spent a lot of money on shopping. Bought a new plant. And now we're all set for Easter weekend.
Yeah, we've got a rack of lamb for Easter Sunday. Got some barbecue stuff for tonight. Stuff to do a fry up with.
Should be good.
I'll do some extra bits.
Yeah.
Just to top the freezer up.
We don't really need to be anywhere now. We can just have a nice relaxed weekend. If we need to go out and get more stuff, we can always go out when the shops are up.
Yeah, we shouldn't need anything. We've got bread, we've got milk, we should be fine.
We can always order pizza.
Obsessed with pizza. Bit of lettuce stuck on the leaf.
I'm not. Handsome man knows his dinner around. You're right, buddy.
Just want your sandwich.
His little nose is going. We've had a quiet afternoon relaxing in the house. And young Manny has just turned up. I've just fed him, but I think one of the neighbours must have fed him because he's not eaten any of it. You alright, bud? Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it done, but I managed to get them all on mode. Apparently it's going to rain tomorrow, so I managed to get over them quickly. It's not perfect again. I kind of like it a bit rough and ready around the edges though. So barbecue round 2. I'm going to attempt to use this lighter thing. It does call for a bit of wood though, or a lighter, which I've got. We basically put our briquettes in here and it gets it started. It's a little smoky, but it said it would be, but it's in the bottom of there on fire and it's slowly heating up these coals now. There we go. Well, that was easier than faffing around like we used to in the past with these. Trying to keep in the habit of not just having meat on our barbecues. A bit of pasta again, a bit of salad. There's our new plant, by the way. And the coals worked alright.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably needed a few more, but they'll be alright for this one because we're not doing a huge barbecue. There's plenty of heat there. Burgies are done. Enjoy, honey.
Mm.
Thank you for
I like
cooking.
the way you say enjoy, honey. So if you cooked it, and then
Well,
you
I
go,
prepped the coals. That was the
you
blooming
did,
hard
you
part.
prepped the coals.
It was the hard part for me because I've never
Man,
used them
make
coals.
fire.
The Taylor's Farm shop meat is a little bit more expensive, but you do get a lot more for your money with them now. And to be honest, actually, it was 3 for 18, and the other stuff was a £5 a piece. But you got more on this, and the quality of the meat is like far and away better.
Yeah, none of it's stuck to the grill.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're back in now. It was getting a little chilly out there, if I'm honest. But we had a nice barbecue. It was good fun. I'm just going to make up as a rum old fashioned each, based off the recipe I found in the cocktail book that we got. We don't have the right rum, so it's going to be a pineapple rum old fashioned. So we'll see what that tastes like. But I picked up some orange bitters today. They're around here somewhere, and we've got the Angostura bitters, which you'd normally use in an old fashioned as well. And there they are. Nice thing about this is Gemma really likes rum, so Gemma can have an old fashioned too, whereas normally if it was a whiskey bourbon one, she wouldn't drink it. We're watching Kyle. Gemma's going to give my old fashioned a quick try. It's alright. There we go. Not bad at all. Here's one of our new favourite small channels. It's called Perfect Pastimes, and they've bought a lovely little cottage. Well, it's a cottage that needs a lot of work in West Wales. And they're just slowly going through the garden, tidying up. And this is actually what motivated me to get started on our garden as well. But they're quite funny, aren't they? Yeah. They end up bickering and stuff. It's good fun. Got a little dog called Piddly Squat. Yeah. Piddly Squit. Piddly Squit, yeah. And they got an old cat as well. It's nice to watch them. And the amount of work they've done on this garden so far as well has been impressive, hasn't it? Well, it's Friday, and I'm back up the back of the garden again. It's actually raining, but I thought I'd get out here for a little bit and get some of this stuff tidied. I don't know what to do with all this old wood though. It doesn't look like it's... I'll show you. All this here, it's like one step away from just falling apart. Millions of tiny little pieces. I'm not entirely sure what to do with it, and all the fence behind this fence is slowly... Well, it's just going to fall inwards because the only thing holding it up is the ivy. The ivy needs to come out anyway. So I think the fence is going to have to go. That fence panel is going to have to go. But we need to get there first, which means clearing all this out. And this is the stuff. I don't know if it'll burn. I don't know whether to just throw it in the bin. I'll probably burn it. Sorting myself a little shelter to retreat to when it rains. I found the old shed door. Well, what's left of it anyway. Look, the latches on it. This is the old shed, not the shed that was here. This is the shed that was where the plastic shed is now. Yeah. Time has not been kind to it. There's some chunking great big spiders in there, but I'll hold off showing you them. Sorry, arachna fans. But that does open this up now a little bit better. You can see the back base of the fence post is in fairly decent condition actually. The issue is when we had the tree cut down, there's a good chance that these posts got knocked by the tree. So they might be out of true, which means if I get new fence panels I might have to do a bit of adjusting just to get them to fit. Also, when I said there was a bit of a run around the back of there, I was mistaken. There is no run whatsoever. It's very, very full of old bits of tree that's fallen off these trees over the years. I reckon some of the logs that we've got left in our garden can just sit behind there, because there'll be good spots for insects to bed down in. But I'm going to try and thin back some of this ivy. Probably just leave it down there to die back, but try and put it out of sight, out of mind. There's no use me trying to get further back into the garden and try and make anything of this land, because people who aren't us have put barbed wire up in there. There's bits of old dead tree in there. And at this point, some of this ivy is starting to get too thick for my hedge trimmer to cut, but I do have a wood saw coming later, a battery operated wood saw that uses my Bosch batteries from my drill, so I can start to cut more stuff with that if I need to. It's just how far I want to go, because you can probably see better than me over there now. There does look to be a bit of a gap. Maybe we can clear it out as best as we can. It's going to also depend on how quickly this wood burns when I do start burning it. The issue I've got at the minute is, even though it's rainy, some of the neighbours have got washing on the lines and I don't want to set a fire off while they've got washing on the lines. Didn't really want to put the incinerator on the lawn just in case fire spreads, and I couldn't find concrete blocks until I remembered the front of the shed. I put these two down, so I have like a step up into the shed which used to be there, so I just dug them up again. These are ones from my mum and dad's house when they had flags fitted in their house. They gave me the offcuts. I've got 3 of them plus a load of broken bits, but I reckon I can use these to make a base to burn stuff on, just temporarily on the grass. I don't really care about the lawn, it doesn't have to look good, I just don't want it fire spreading or anything like that, or I want to limit the opportunity of it doing it. These would make great borders for a planter. I just need an extra one. An extra one about that length. Or maybe just some steps up the garden they'd be handy for, actually. I could probably put them 2 onto the lawn down there. I don't know. I'm just trying to do this with... make things as easy as possible. Less heavy stuff being delivered. Easy to rip out should I ever choose to. But I do have a base now to put my incinerator on. Of course, that was kind of just making up for the fact that I was stupid and left all my butt wood on the concrete slab that's here. There's a 6x4 concrete patio here that's really nice, or was really nice. We haven't seen it since we put the shed on it. It's probably all been pushed up by blooming ivy roots. Another thing I did yesterday, this old gate always had a hole at the bottom that we think rodents sometimes used to get in or out, and I've blocked that now. I'm sure they'll just climb over the fence instead. Gemma's put us on some frozen pies that I've had in for about, must have been about a month now. These are Taylor's pies, so they're going to be really good. They always are. Look at these 3 here. Reggie just noticed that there was no room for him, so he just dove into the middle, and Pixie's now got up and left. She was curled right up tight to Arch. They're funny. We need a bigger base for them all to lie on, I think. It's funny how they've suddenly started sleeping on this again, actually. While I was having lunch, Cat turned up, and today he can go under the shelter and keep himself dry while he has his dinner. There you go, pal. Eat yourself nice and dry there. Well, I did burn some of the wood off, but the smoke's blowing this way and it's too windy, so I've stopped. Got about halfway through the tub that we had to the side that I think, to be honest, I think I'm going to have to rethink it and maybe start taking it at the tip or cutting it up and putting it in the bin. Oh, look. Ringneck dove, collared dove, sorry. I know stink of smoke, and so does everything, I think. Well, I've just one-handed fished out the cordless saw that I bought. I'm going to use this for cutting up the bits of the shed and probably prune some of the thicker bits of wood and trees and stuff in the garden. The only thing with this is it didn't come with a battery, but that's not a problem for me because it uses the same batteries as my drill, I hope. If it doesn't, well, you'll find out in a few minutes. Yep, the battery does fit. It came with a saw blade, but also they did like a special deal where if you ordered the saw blades, extra saw blades, they were cheaper, and the extra saw blades include a metal one. So that's the blade I wanted for the trees. We also got one for wood and metal, which I'll use for chopping up the bits of all metal that I need to put in the bin, and one for just normal wood, which could be used, I guess, for the shed pieces. But I've got 2 of the wood and metal ones because the one came with it was wood and metal as well. Well, that made short work of these bits of metal I wanted to chop up. It's also terrifying, so I'm going to use it sparingly. You know when you're using a tool and you're like, if this goes wrong, jeez, that's that tool. So yeah, I need to, if I'd use that again, I need to get my my work table set up with it so I can clamp it properly, because I could see potential for loss of appendages. It's a mean old machine. Right, I've had enough in the garden, so I'm building some Lego. And we're watching Emma and John. There's my little funky car, nice little sports car. We're still watching Emma and John. I built it quite quickly. Gemma's now delivered some dinner for us. We've got this cheese dip here, and then the ribs that we picked up from Taylor's yesterday. And we're watching Twisters, and it's no better the second time round. It is Saturday now. You alright?
Yeah, I was just fixing that.
Very colourful. We're going to go out and do some garden centre shopping. Just going to go and see Gem's dad first, aren't we? And then we're going to go and try a few garden centres, see what we can see. Not really got plans to buy anything, so we'll probably come back with a car full. First stop on our garden centre tour is Whittaker's, which has actually moved from where we used to go to it. It's a new place for us to visit. Gemma's looking for interesting decoration. And Gemma's looking at nice wooden garden furniture. Not sure where we'd put it yet though, we need to clear out before we add more, I think. Oh, here we add another load, look at these.
Oh, the frog.
And this, yeah.
It's the blinking
with
frog.
The blinking eyes,
That's
that's
what it's
good.
actually called, look.
I like them. Oh yes, fantastic. Or the elephant. And we got some nice flowering plants and bits as well. A brief break in the touring garden centre's proceedings for a little walk and a bit of fresh air around this little woods here just in Prescott. It's quite nice. You can see how close we are to Prescott town centre, but it's like 2 junctions that way. Bluebells are out in bloom though. And it does run out fairly quickly because they're building a housing estate over there. But over that way it looks really nice. So that's the main thing, isn't it? There's some nice ducks and some people fishing on the pond. Apparently the local community does come out here and does a lot of work cleaning it up, keeping the litter out of it, which is nice. We have a goose spotted. We've got a baby moorhen there, look. It's picking its way through the weeds, with the grass, sorry, over the back there. Definitely 1 or 2 fish in this pond as well. You can see the bubbles breaking at the surface, and we're right next to the M57. It's like and at garden centre number 2 is Cronton Garden Centre. It's kind of south for the M62. We've never been to this one before. Yeah, it's quite nice out here actually. The drive out was quite nice through the countryside a little bit, just hinting it anyway, because obviously we're still quite an urban area. Straight in with the metal animals. Empty-handed in that one. It was a nice place though, lots of ideas. We just didn't buy anything. We'll see where we end up next. Not sure yet if we're going to go to another one. Or we do need to get some compost though, so got about half a bag left and 2 full pots to plant. Well, we couldn't make our minds where else to go, so we came home. Had a bit of lunch. Here's our plants that we're going to plant in a bit. As you can see, Gemma got the owl. Hang on. And as you can see, Gemma got the blinking owl. There he is. Apparently he has to be left off for 2 days. Oh, hello, cat. But I can, I think, show you. If I can find the on button. Ridiculous. Well, things escalated and the burn pile grows. Well, actually, it's going to be this take to the tip pile grows. Going to get a tarpaulin, start loading the car up every few weeks if we can get over to the tip. But also, the fence panel's gone, and I was expecting the worst, I've got to be honest. It's not actually that bad around here. That fence has definitely been there for a while, but we didn't put it up. And it's not in the best shape. There's a nice big open space. I'm going to put a couple of the big logs from our tree here because they're never going anywhere. They can be nice insect homes around here. Everyone else has been dumping the wood around here, to be honest. But I am trying to take the ivy off this front of these fences so we can clear the fences and at least get some new fence panels in. I'm definitely not putting, like other people have, bales of barbed wire that's been dumped there. That's not ours. That bucket. There was a plant pot here I've taken out because it's plastic. I don't want to dump that down here. To be honest, it's in good condition. We'll probably use it. We also had a new tree growing out there and I don't want that growing any further, so I've cut that down. Right, I'm going to stop for a break. I removed the styrofoam and in the process I found an old disability type walker thing. Not sure what that's all about. There's mattresses over the back in the other side, windows, but it's none of my concern, it's not on my land. I've cleared what I can of off my land that is not really ever going to break down, apart from that big ball of barbed wire that someone dumped there, which isn't mine. I'm going to have a break now. I want to get these in there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because they're big and heavy. We'll see. They're well bedded down anyway, so they can live there if need be. We can make a feature of them maybe. I did manage to use my new saw to cut that big log there down into more manageable chunks. They won't fit in the green bin, can only go up to 3.5 inch diameter. But I can put them somewhere they can break down, become part of the garden, or we can just take them the tip. There's a lot of wood to go though. And while I was busy up the back making a mess, Gemma planted these. They look good. There's our new one we picked up the other day as well. Still got some compost left. We didn't buy any more, but we didn't run out either. 2 shoots in this one now, and the third one is probably just around here somewhere, I think. I don't want to dig it too far. It's working its way up. The other 2 are not looking quite so healthy. Oh well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. As Meatloaf famously didn't think. So while I was just browsing on the computer, I've ordered 3 300 litre sacks that I can use to start cutting that wood up and putting into, and we've checked on the tip opening times. The tip's open till 8. We probably won't go this weekend because it's Easter weekend, it's going to be busy, but I can start getting rid of some of that wood from the back there, and once we can get rid of that it should open the space up a bit for us to actually do some gardening up there. And for tea tonight, we're having the remainder of the barbecue food. We were going to have barbecues, but Gemma's being nash and doesn't want to go outside because it's too cold. So I'm going to do it on the grill here now. I'm going to have some of these beef burgers, were really nice actually. And then we've got the 2 kebabs that we had with the barbecue the other day. Burnt offerings served up. Enjoy, sweetheart.
I'll try.
Oh, tolerate. Tolerate's probably a good word.
Yeah.
Hello, Pixie. So, did you enjoy your food, by the way?
I did, yes, it was lovely.
Yeah, apart from the bit of chicken that I didn't cook properly. Don't cook chicken on a skillet, I guess, is the lesson I learned today. We are trying a new, well, it's not a new beer, it's been out for a little while. It's from the Polly's 7th birthday celebrations. We've been saving this one because it's very, very strong, and we're not planning on being anywhere tomorrow morning, so we're going to give it a try. It is Polly's and Pomona, 2 of our favourite breweries, have collaborated for this one. It's a 10th birthday triple IPA at 10%. This one sounds good.
7th birthday?
Sorry, 7th birthday, yes, you're quite right. It's very thick, as you'd expect. We do have a 10% stout in the fridge as well, but I'll probably not be drinking that one tonight as well as this one. I'm going to give it a try. Ooh, that is dangerous because it doesn't taste like a 10% beer. It's very easy drinking. It's got strength to it. It's got like a strong flavour to it, but I wouldn't say it's sessionable, but it's very easy drinking. Ooh, you can taste the booze in it though. I'm going to go probably about 4.25 on that. It's really nice.
Wow.
You want to try it?
Oh, it's strong. I'd probably give it maybe a 3.75.
A bit too strong for you, is it? You can taste
fruity,
the alcohol coming through on it when you're drinking it,
It's
can
bitter with
you?
the alcohol, yeah. It's a bit overpowering.
I like it.
But it is fruity.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's our beer for tonight. I think we're gonna end it now. As far as the vlog, we'll pick up tomorrow.
Because we're watching Doctor Who.
We are watching Doctor Who, and we got more gardening bits to do tomorrow, and a nice bit of lamb to
the
cook.
weather's supposed to be lovely tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll see what we get up to anyway. We got that nice lamb to cook, haven't we?
Yeah, I got us a rack of lamb to cook.
Looking forward to that. Not had a rack of lamb for many, many years.
No,
so
me neither.
should be good. Well, It is Easter Sunday and we jumped straight into it and we're giving our front garden fences a lick of wood stain. They look really good actually, like new panels. I mean they are only a couple of years old, so maybe we'll do these ones as well at some point. First two done, only 4 more to go, plus all these and whatever we end up putting down there. There we go. 6 freshly painted fence panels. We're not doing the back garden ones just yet. We might do in the future. And I had a bit of a weed down there and moved some stuff around. I've took that picnic bench up put by the house because I think we could use that in the future, just if we have like guests over everything. It'll need a good clean first though. Accumulated all my wood into one pile. Some bits for the scrapyard there. Those fence panels we'll keep though. Probably could have painted them while we were doing this actually. The little picket fences, they're cute. And the last thing I'm going to do today, while Gemma's cooking out Sunday lunch, is decoil this picnic bench. Always sometimes quite a rewarding thing to do. I was going to sand it back a little bit, but I think it's beyond that to be honest with you at this point. So we'll give it a decoil, see what it comes up like. Right, I've given that a going over. It doesn't look great because those cloths were a little rubbish. And I've missed bits and everything, but I'm going to get a spray bottle to do it again because that's what I did last time and it came out really nice with the spray bottle. Well, we are having a nice afternoon outside now. We've got a couple of beers on the go. Gemma's going to put some tea on. She's been doing a rack of lamb that we picked up from Taylor's farm shop. And we've just been kind of relaxing, just watching birds. We've had the blue tit down. We've had the robin down. Getting a bath in the bird bath. And then coming over here to get some food as well. It's been quite relaxed out here. Temperature's perfect today. Blimey, Gemma, that looks fantastic. Wow, it looks amazing.
Never done rack of lamb before, but it was really easy.
Yeah, looks lovely, honey. Thank you very much.
That's okay. Enjoy.
Well, we had a delicious dinner in the garden. It's been a nice day. We've been out all day today. But we're going to leave the owl with his blinking eyes and we're going to head in for the evening. Unfortunately, weather-wise, I think that's it for this weekend. It's going to be raining all day tomorrow. So we are probably not going to get a repeat of being able to spend that time out in the garden. I might be out there tomorrow cleaning the shed out though. Well, just reorganising it a little bit, tidying up and sorting. And I think I mentioned we've got some sacks coming, like waste sacks that we can start putting the shed parts in before we take them over to the tip. Yeah, it's been pretty good fun today. I've had a nice day. That's what I wanted. Bit of fresh air. Watching a bit of wildlife knocking around in the garden. Anyway, we're going to grab a beer, watch some TV, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow, I think. Good afternoon. It is Monday. We've started off fairly lazy today. Well, I had a bit of a lie-in until the cat jumped on me. He actually woke us up at 5 a.m. this morning, fighting with the neighbour's cat on the windowsill there. But yeah, we've had a fairly relaxed morning, had a bit of lunch, done a lot of dishes. I've put a beer on for my birthday weekend, well, the weekend after my birthday. A pint of beer I've just started brewing. Not done one for ages, so I had one left. I have to order some more in at some point in the future. My sister's possibly visiting us later today. Talk holidays and stuff like that. And have a catch up. Other than that, it's going to be a fairly relaxed day today. The weather turned as it was predicted to overnight. And so it's been rainy. But I might go out into the shed and start the sorting process in the shed just because I got some, when we went to the range or B&M the other week, I got some washing up bowls because I wanted some storage tubs for the shed, and storage tubs were like £4 or £5, but washing up bowls were £1.50. So I just bought a lot of washing up bowls. I'm just going to store stuff in washing up bowls in the shed. One of them is actually being a washing up bowl as well, just to break with tradition. But yeah, I'm going to start that, have a bit of a tidy up in the shed a bit and just try and make things a bit more organised, move things around a little bit to try and better utilise the space in there. Also my back's killing from all that painting we did yesterday and the moving round and tidying of stuff over the course of the weekend. And get cracking on tidying in here. I want this shelf here, and then I can run stuff down the mower. It's not very deep, this shelf. There we go, that's a little bit better of a fashion. I'm not going to tell you how many times I hit my head on that but it was more than once. Well, time has flown by. It is now 7 o'clock. My sister came over, played Minecraft, not my sister, my niece. And our big refuse sacks for the bits of shed and wood have turned up. I was going to cook the steak tonight, but it's getting on a bit, so I think we're just going to order some takeout or something. You alright, Jem?
Mm-hmm.
You had a nice day?
Yeah.
Gemma is here.
I'm fine.
Chatted. And have a drink and relax and then make a quiet evening, I think. I've still not had any update, by the way, on the price for the cameras. I think purely because it's Easter weekend. But if I do get one before the end of this vlog, I will mention it because we'll probably be looking to close this one off tomorrow night. So I can get it edited. Anyway, we'll catch up with you in a bit. Hello, it is Wednesday. We skipped Tuesday, we just couldn't be bothered with it. But yeah, we need to close off this vlog now. We had a big Easter weekend. Nice relaxed time, lots of gardening, a bit of sunshine, a bit of rain, a barbecue, some fence painting. We made some good progress there. Slow progress on the garden, but it's getting there. But yeah, we're going to close off now and we'll pick up a new one next weekend. Hopefully by then we'll have found out what's going on with the cameras and what the value is, because they've still not come back to me just yet. So we're obviously taking the time over a decision. They're probably going, you tell him it's not worth anything. No, you tell him it's not worth anything. Ginger Cat's just wandering down the garden to see if there's anything about. Next door neighbour's cat. Oh, he's seen me. He's spotted me, look. There he is. Off he goes. He's very sweet. But yeah, lots done this weekend on the garden. Well, it feels like we made a bit of progress, and we did cement some plans in. Starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Well, light at the end of the garden. Where I put a big hole in the fence, more than light at the end of the tunnel. But got a few activities and jobs planned for the next few weeks ahead, so that's good. Anyway, enough waffling. We'll pick up with you next weekend. Thank you for watching. Look after each other, and we'll see you in the next vlog. Goodbye.